heal the world, make this a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying, but if you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me. Hi guys, let me see if you can see me. I am sitting or standing up under my gazebo, and I got my mask on because it's pretty windy and my allergies are acting a fool. And I thought I would plant some more emergency food. So I went to Home Depot. Let me see if I could turn this around. And I'm planting more food for my emergency garden. I thought about some crookneck squash. So I went to Home Depot. Oh, gotta get my nose covered to defeat my whole purpose. And I went to Home Depot and I got some crookneck squash and a few more okra seedlings. And I'm gonna show you what I just did. Okay, so this is what I did. I took this 6-pack of squash, crookneck squash. I woke up this morning and said, I'm gonna put my mask on and I'm going up to Home Depot because I want a little bit more food to give away. And so I put them 2 across from each other. And as you can see here and here. And now, and this is in some old potty mix. And now I'm gonna go over, and I'll take you over there with me, and I'm gonna get some compost. And I'm gonna put compost all down here, the richest soil. That way, as the roots start to grow and start reaching down toward here. Let me see if I can take one of the loose and show you. I don't want to dig it all the way up. But here are the roots, see that? And they're gonna start stretching out. And so instead of putting the compost right there at the bottom, I'm gonna put it all in here. And I know they're gonna start reaching for it. And that would be the good nutrition that they need to survive. So this food is gonna be given away. I'll keep a couple of squash for myself, but yeah. So I just want to share that with you. I'm gonna take you over to the compost. That compost that my son helped me move over here that had been composting for and breaking down, decomposing for almost 2 years. And I'm gonna take some of this good compost after I sift it a little bit, and I'll put it in that pan like I told you. And then I'm gonna sit that pan up high on the wood chips and let the squash to sprawl out. I'm not gonna even try to trellis it or anything like that. Just let it sprawl on top of the wood chips. So I think I have enough. I'm just gonna empty this right here. And I'll put some mulch right there. And I think that's gonna be good to go. And let's see how heavy this is. It's kind of heavy. But I'm gonna leave it here for right now, and then later I'll get my son the next time he comes over to put this on top of that pile of wood chips at the back of the fence. Okay, let's move on to another project. Okay guys, it's Friday morning early, and before I transplant the okra seedlings, let me just show you that I have cucumbers. Is that cute? So now we're gonna walk over here, and you can see I planted 2 in this pot. Pretty nice sized pot. I think it's 4 gallons. And I'm gonna put 1 here, and I think I'll put 1 more here. Okay. So I'm gonna use some of the soil, and I'm gonna take 1 seedling and get it in there really good. close it up, and press down. Now I already have one that I planted about a month ago, but it was the temperature was so unstable that it still looks like that, but it'll be okay. And I planted this one before I went and grabbed my camera. So now I'm going to plant one here because this is a long, deep pot. So it'll accommodate one seedling. I'll put a little of the soil that it was already growing in. And then I'll take one that's starting on the second leaves. And I'm going to put my finger down there and make it go in a little bit deeper. And I feel a wood chip or something. But that's okay. So I put it in. And then I'm going to just prop it up. And the soil is still moist from where it's been raining and of course me watering it too. So we'll just put one in that pot. If I didn't have that marigold in here, I would plant another one. But I think one will be fine. And I'm just deadheading these. If I don't, they're going to go to seed. And you see all those seeds right there? They'll start popping up. And I don't want them in there right now. But I will take my handful of seeds and put them in a garden bed. In fact, I'll just throw them over there for right now. Okay. So now, I don't want to put more than 3 in a pot, a 5-gallon bucket, because I've done that before. I have 2 here. Here's a weed I'll take out. And let's look at over here. We have 2 growing, so we don't need any more. And we only have 1 here. This bucket is pretty deep, so I'm going to plant one right here. Hope you can see that. I'm just digging. I have shovels, but I don't mind. I'm going to get a little of the soil that it was already accustomed to, and I will put that in there. Then I'm going to pick up 1 seedling. I think I'll get one that has a little, yeah, here's one. And I'm going to push down and put that in there real nice and close it up. You know what? Where's this? Oh my goodness, I didn't even see that. That was all the way up under that marigold. That's okay, I'll find another spot. I'll just leave this one here and I'll put this one right here. It's 3 in the pot and I usually don't grow but 2, but I'm gonna go ahead and stick it there since it's been growing for a while. It may just die off because it looks finicky and look weak anyway. Okay, let's get these weeds out the way. And let's see. I have 2 more plants. That one's broke. And let's find some place to, I'm gonna get my finger off the video. Let's find some place to put these 2. I wonder would they grow in the ground? So my weeds won't go to waste. That's going to be compost tea pretty soon. Okay, let me show you this grow box. I know it's going to look strange for what I'm getting ready to do. But if you look right here, you can see that this noble spinach is getting ready to go to seed. Last year, I grew 3 okra plants in this grow box. So I'm gonna put one here because pretty soon, where's my native soil? I'll be back. I have to go get the soil. I'm talking about the soil that it was growing in. So I'm going to put a little of that there. Okay. And then I'm going to look for insects because I see the 2 little dots on here, meaning something was eaten off of it. I'll spray it with a blast of water. And I'm going to set this down in here and I'm going to close it up because very soon this spinach will be moved from this grow box. And please keep in mind, I'm doing this with my left hand. So I want to put this other one in here as well because these onions are going to be harvested. You see how they start leaning over? It's time to harvest that one. So actually, I could just pull it up. That's a little pearl from Cheryl. When they start leaning over, it's time for them to go. Now, these are beets. These are beets. It's going to be too hot for them soon. So, and this is the one I'm collecting the seeds. So, I need to sacrifice one of these because this will be enough seeds. So I'm going to sacrifice this one. I'm going to pull it up. But I'll have it for lunch. Not the yellow leaves, but I'll put it right here. And now, where that spinach was growing, I'm going to put the rest of the native soil, the familiar soil, so that they will feel right at home, they being the okra. I'm going to make a little hole and carefully drop the seedling in. And I still can put another one in here, but I'll do something else. I'll plant something else here because that's the last of the okra. I just want to have enough to give away. I don't need any for myself. I have a lot of it frozen. And then I'll press this down and I'll water both of these in because you can see the soil is pretty moist every place. Well, I can water the whole thing. It's a little dry. I'll check the forecast first. And I will wash these cups out with a little bleach in my water. And I save all of my containers for me to continue to grow food in them. Right now, I'm just taking the bad yellow leaves that I didn't harvest in time. Don't that look pretty? And I'm gonna take this and put it right here, and I'll put these leaves, let me just put them down here for right now. Let me go ahead and get this one. It's really getting too hot for spinach in my garden zone. That's why they are turning yellow. So, I will take these leaves and put them in my weed bucket where I'm going to make compost tea. Okay guys, I'm out in the greenhouse. Let me step back and just show you that I'm out here and I'm looking at these trays that I planted about 5 days ago, and I'm noticing here I see one of the blue Hubbard squash coming up right there, and then I see one here, so it's just a matter of time. But I also see a lot of gnats, fungus gnats. So I'm going to spray them with a little neem oil. See one right there. That might be actually a fly. Oh no, it's crazy. It's a gnat, because gnats are real slow in the head. Meaning that they can see that you're coming after them and they'll still stay there. But anyway, so if this is coming up, this is coming up. But these seeds weren't, oh, I can see one right now coming up. See that? Look like two. So these two will be fine. These were the seeds that were 2017 or 2018 butternut squash seeds. So they may not come up. Bam. So this is what I'm going to do. I don't know if you all heard of Three Sister Garden. It's an old-fashioned way of planting. I see another seed coming up right here. That's 1, 2, 3. So these two trays here and here will be fine. But getting back to what I was saying about the Three Sister Garden, I think it originated in with Indians planting three sisters, being beans, corn, and squash. And they planted the beans to grow up, pole beans to grow up the squash. Pardon me, let me say that again. Three Sister Garden originated from the Indian culture, and they had a system of growing beans, squash, and corn. The beans were pole beans that would climb up and be supported by the corn, and the squash would keep moisture in the ground by shading the beans and the corn. So I'm going to have two sisters. So if some of this butternut squash comes up, fine. If it doesn't, fine too. You need at least 6 inches of soil to grow corn. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to densely plant this corn, and I could prick it out and put it in the ground someplace in the garden. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add more soil, because butternut squash usually comes up right away. I don't see any evidence, so those seeds may not be any good. So there's one, and it didn't even look like it was trying to come up. And did I get that on camera? Yeah. So I'm just going to not waste any more time. There's another seed. No, that wasn't a seed. Anyway, I'm going to add more soil so I can get this soil line all the way up to here so I can have 6 inches. And I'm going to plant the corn. This one seems pretty full. Yeah, this one is pretty full of soil. I'll take a little out of here, and that way I'll only have to add to this bed, to this container. And this, the soil is very moist because it's been raining on and off for the last few days. I'll pick out the real big pieces of mulch. And I'll just throw it over here with the tomatoes. And then I'm gonna plant this sweet corn. So if you look at this tray, you'll see that I put 3 seeds going across and 4 going down. So that's 12 ears of corn. And if you're new to gardening, if you didn't know, it is recommended that you plant corn in groups of 3 or rows of 3 or more. It said that it pollinates better if you do it that way. Now, just to make sure that I get good germination, I'm going to put 2 seeds. I just want you to see where I was putting them. And I will prick out the extra one, and put it someplace else in the food forest. So now you can see I have 24 pieces of corn, and I'm just going to take some more soil and just lightly put it on top. And then press down. And that way I get my soil level all the way up to about 6 inches worth of soil. That noise that you hear in the background is garbage. It's Friday morning, and they pick up the garbage twice a week where I live. So that seed didn't go all the way down, so I'm pressing it down a little bit. And then I'm gonna lightly mist this. And if the squash comes up, it comes up. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Doesn't matter. That's a squash seed. So they weren't gonna come up. Those seeds were too old. And I knew that was a possibility when I planted them. So now, I'm gonna take these seeds and I'm gonna put them over here. And I'm gonna go get some more potting mix. And I'm gonna fill this container up. And I'll plant the rest of this sweet corn over here. Yeah, those seeds, they weren't gonna germinate. They were too old. Okay, I'll go get some potty mix and I'll be right back. Okay guys, I did the same thing here, except I pre-moistened this because I put new soil on top here. So I'm just gonna put my finger there and press the corn down and cover it up. Same thing here, about a ½ an inch down, maybe an inch, and cover it up. There's one missing there, so I'll get one over here that have extra. Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying, but if you care enough for the living, that's an extra one. Put it over here. Make a better place for you and for me. This is my happy place. My food forest and my greenhouse. I haven't been anywhere, guys. Couldn't go to church. I haven't been to my children's home. I've been staying right here on my property. Made a couple trips to pick up an order at curbside for Home Depot. And then I went into the garden center and picked up some more plants for my emergency garden. Okay, so now I still have about 12 seeds over here. I'm gonna plant them in the ground. But right now I'm gonna moisten this again just a little. And my son told me when I need him, just call. And he will pick these trays up for me and put them at the back of the greenhouse. And just let them grow. Okay. Turn it up. Now I have 12 pieces of corn seeds, and I'm gonna find a place to put these at the back fence where I put that okra. And I'm gonna take this Big Goro potty mix with me, and I'm gonna spread it on top of the wood chips after I scrape them back a little bit, and then I'll plant this corn and see what happens. 3 rows. And what else I was gonna say? I'll come back and spray neem oil on top of all of this soil so that it can get rid of these fungus gnats. Okay, I'll meet you at the back fence. Sunflowers that were in this bucket, they are done producing. So I decided I'm gonna take this soil. I have to move the wood chips back. It has some compost. As you can look, a lot of the containers, I put compost at the bottom of them. I don't know if you can see that. See that? This is compost. So I'm gonna pick that up, put it in here, and let it continue to compost. But I'm gonna spread all of this out here. And then I'll take the rest of this soil here and empty it. And whatever it makes, it makes. Oh. And that's asparagus that my yard people accidentally covered up. So I'm gonna plant 3 rows of corn. I'm out of breath. Right in here, spread it out, and hopefully the wood chips will have decomposed enough, because those corn roots will only go down about 6 inches. And I think they'll make their way through the wood chips to seek soil if they need to, because I know people who just plant corn right in their grass, in their lawn. So, yeah, I think it'll be okay. I'm just going to spread the wood chips, pardon me, spread this dirt off camera, and I'll come back and let you see what it looks like when I get finished. Okay, so you can see is right here is where I planted the corn. From that stick on back, and from this stick right here toward me, I'm gonna go get that other package of corn and plant maybe about 6 seeds right here, and then use this to cover it up. And I won't show you that. I won't bore you. And I'll wet it all down. And I'll let you see when the seed comes up and keep you posted on the progress. Just keep in mind one thing. When you're looking at something on video, the space appears to be smaller than what it actually is. That space is about 3 feet wide. So that'll give me a foot for each ear of corn. And I'm not trying to walk through it or anything like that. I'm just trying to grow some food for my grandbabies. Okay. This concludes this video. I appreciate you taking time out of your schedule to watch it. If you like this video, please like and subscribe and tell your friends about my channel. God loves you and I love you too. Thank you for watching. Bye now.
The end.